paths of obsession. These pages are for the incarnate and the disincarnate, regarding the delicate and intricate paths of the frequencies that your minds tune into and with which they align. All of you, inhabitants of all worlds, are solely responsible for what happens and will happen in your lives, both in spirit and in matter. Although you all chose in eroticity the path for the evolution of your spirits, at each moment, the Father, by divine mercy and indulgence, allows shortcuts, puts new lights to illuminate the road, which, by free will, you will allow to leave or not enlighten your heart. Do not want to understand the mission of each one, for only to the Father belongs total knowledge. Do not carry guilt for situations that present themselves to you, of which you will not have enough knowledge to be able to understand them. It is up to all of you to welcome and neutralize them, and to contribute to not giving them nutrients for them to develop. Physical, biochemical, and spiritual imbalances always originate in a stage of illness of the soul, when the spirit is incarnated, and of the spirit, when the being is not in the densest state. Don't want to understand. Neutralize with the love of your hearts, and act without retaliating at the height of what hits you. Be indulgent, charitable, from the look and in the silence of the offenses. Have faith in prayers, and make the request directly to the Father. When the physical body becomes unbalanced, it is in a stage of immunity deficiency, both to neutralize the development of a cancer cell and to neutralize negative frequencies that want to reach you. At this moment, frequency in prayer that comes from the soul is important. The one that is born in the depths of the heart, in humility, in submission to the Father, for the balance of your essences. In this balance, the nerve synapses will be restored, and the recomposition of these connections will take place through the re-establishment of the biochemical needs of the being in disequilibrium. The organism is nothing more than a great orchestra, trying to tune its instruments at every moment to complete the symphony, which is each one's own mission. This organism, which we have described in this way, is the integral man himself, a wanderer in his continuous journey towards fulfillment as a spiritual being, who passes through the different abodes of the Father towards the completion of his evolution. Forgiveness is a priority for everyone, not in words, but in the heart. Do not think that, after the different events, this relationship can be equal and not have been tarnished. Don't blame yourself for not being able to feel or have the same feelings towards people who offend you, but only wish them well. That's what the Father wants from you. Looking at them without demands and without judgments is already a lot for you. Now we want to talk about openness through the attunement that you choose to attract the good or bad company. We cannot speak of bad company, but of brothers who are in another vibration, which can make you sick and unbalanced. Intricate, complicated cases of different etiologies affecting the spirit. There are openings that come from the biochemical imbalance of this integral being, needing medication to treat its matter. There are commitments, as you all have, from past lives, which take advantage of this imbalance to act on the mind, having its consequences in matter and all around. There are brothers with enormous knowledge in the manipulation of fluids, in magnetism, and in the hypnosis of the minds, in the subjugation of the being, and you cannot take the debts of the other, which only he contracted them. And in the case of the spirit, you cannot pay with coins. This debt can only be settled only by the spirit in moral debt, and only with enlightenment, conscience, and its own inner reform. The backpack belongs to the other. It is up to you to help in whatever way you can, to neutralize, to lighten the weight. But it will never be with your reform that you will carry and empty the backpack of the other. This path is his, and he must walk it to his ascension. You can only give him strength and encouragement. Any imbalance of the integral being must occur on different planes, and the treatment will be a treatment of the body, perispirit, and spirit. Many cases which involve beings in deep psychic imbalances have very serious situations of obsession. Many of them will only be able to be resolved when you treat the different cases of obsession that they have, so that after the consciousness of the spiritual being is re-established, it can, with the help of earth and space doctors, by understanding and will, or by divine decision, to be able to restore him to coexistence. May the Father be with you all, and may you always continue with these housework, in which all the groups indistinctly, each one in their attributions, contribute to this so intricate, so complicated treatment of the obsessions you decide to carry. Blessings and light.
Cosmic Consciousness. Book 4. The Integral Being. Chapter 52. Paths of Obsession.